Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't know how much news I'll be able to get out today, alright? Because, kind of just now starting out. But I'll try my best. It seems that there is a resurrection that happened in Kentucky, and that led to several arrests. So, yeah, it seems that this is becoming worse, is getting worse, as I predicted back on Monday, that it will get worse thanks to their trans vengeance. And a lot of crazy stuff is happening, and I think that we need to prepare ourselves. If you have anybody or a family member that is in a Catholic school, I would highly recommend them maybe getting them out or somewhere that's safe, because I'm not feeling very comfortable with these trans activists really not wanting to cause harm to people. So, without further ado, transurrection. Trans activists stormed Kentucky Capitol to protest law prohibiting child sex changes. Several arrested. Hundreds of protesters descended on the Kentucky State Capitol on Wednesday as Republican lawmakers enacted a sweeping ban on sex changes for minors after overriding the veto of the Democratic governor. My apologies. Under Senate Bill 158, doctors are prohibited from providing hormone therapy or other gender-affirming treatments to anyone under the age of 18. The legislation was passed by the Republican-controlled legislature last month, but Democratic Governor Andy Beshear vetoed the bill, calling it an attack on the transgender community. On Wednesday, lawmakers returned to the state capitol for the final days of the 2023 legislation. According to the Core Journal, hundreds of teens joined the other activists from across Kentucky and the capital state in Frankfort to oppose the bill. So, Kentucky police removed several protesters who refused to remain silent during the proceedings in the House of Representatives as lawmakers discussed overturning Governor Andy Beshear's veto of SB 150. Some of the protesters locked arms, and trans kids are under attack. According to the outlet, they were also removed and arrested. The Senate overrode Beshear's veto in a 29-8 vote, and the veto was then overridden in the House by a vote of 76-23. A few of the protesters were seen weeping in response to the override vote, while others tried to vote them out and yelled shame. Support of SB 150 were also present at the Capitol during the proceedings on the Wednesday. Following the veto, Beshear said in a statement to the media that parents should have the right to make important medical decisions for their children, rather than having those decisions dictated by the government. At the end of the day, this is about my belief, and I think of the belief of the majority of Kentuckians, that that parents should get to make important medical decisions about their children, not government. Yeah, but unfortunately, the same people that are on your side are saying otherwise, right? They are the ones that are not saying that. They're saying, especially AOC is saying, that parents should not have the right or the ability to allow what the parents do to their kids, or what their kids should be taught. It's the opposite of that, so I'm not really going to trust on what you say. Now, we're going to go over a few of these videos here, some of the protests, the screaming chanting, and stuff like that, so you guys get to see what's really going on here. There's a lot of chaos, mentioning stuff like that. Unfortunately, this happened at 6:26 p.m. on Twitter. So maybe what I'll do is I'll probably future is that I'll post these things on Twitter and stuff like that if I see them too late. I would do it on I would do something like this on what you would call on YouTube when I officially find this news, but it becomes at 6:26 p.m. it becomes too dark, and I don't have any means of showing you guys stuff when it comes dark. So without further ado, here are some of the clips of what's going on that happened in Kentucky yet last night. And hopefully you guys can remain safe and figure out what you can do after.
insurrection. That's
As you can see, they're being insane, and even the people that are there, that are walking away from the insanity, is even saying it's like some type of insurrection. And the thing is that these people are nuts, and it's like we have 500 people today. Okay, what about the 30 or 50,000 people that showed up during the actual presidency, or the so-called January 6th, you guys like to call it? Like, oh, so versus 500 people versus 30 to 50,000 plus people that arrived at when January 6th was going on. That doesn't count, but the 500 do. Listen, you're listening to a very small and very loud minority of people, and this is the reality that you have to live in. Now, here's another thing that you guys have to see that seems to, they go on for this for a while, and you get to see the arrest of the people getting arrested. On top of that, you also see the fact that, the things that these people are saying that are to not veto the bill are absolutely insane and stupid. Take a look.
We have created an environment of hate, and then we look at them like there's something wrong with them. First you hated black people, then you hated Jews. Now you're hating everybody. So the question is, when it's the only people left are you, will you hate yourself? Power concedes nothing. This house is for the people, by the people, to serve the people, and you
I like how they're trying to say that they're trying to protect trans kids and stuff like that, when in reality they're not. You say there's no body mutilation. Well, what do you do when you take off a limb? What do you do when you essentially cut off something? You're taking off a limb or a appendage or something, a part of you. It is a form of body mutilation. So if you're doing it without the child's knowledge of it, because the child is never understanding of what's going on, yes, it is considered body mutilation. You are doing this for kids. You're doing this. You're not protecting trans kids. You're making them want to join your cult. You're trying to indoctrinate them. You're trying to make them become your some type of sex slave or something of that order, because that's the only other explanation for it. You come out and you say you don't want kids. Well, you're going out and saying, oh well, this is for trans genocide, or this is for going to eradicate trans people. No, wrong. That's not what's happening. What is happening is that we're preventing kids from being able to take hormones and sex surgery until the age of 18. Which means you are allowed to do whatever you want to your body at the age of 18. But we're not allowing you to do to kids. So, the only other way that you want to, you have your ability is that you have to make it to where it's, to want to have access to children. I've said this before in my other video, and I'm going to say it now. This is the only reason why. You want access to children. You want to harm children. You want to do something to children that you're not allowed to have, because I think deep down you guys are somewhat some kind of pedos. So, you're not going to be able to change my mind on that, because for what you've been doing to children recently, to what the drag community's been doing to the community, and after the shooting of the children and the Catholic school, on top of a lot of you calling for violence, and then add more insult to injury, you still want to make a Trans Vengeance Day? Yeah, you're no longer getting my support here. I'm going to call you what you people are: pedos, monsters, and evil. And until you change your ways, you're not going to change that stigma from me, alright? And I understand that there's transgender people that are just trying to live their lives, and they have to be stuck with that stigma. Well, I guess it's time for you guys to come out and go against it, because at this point, there's no reason to. Now, I understand the transgenders, they're doing so, and somewhat quiet fashion, but there is changes in Discord. And there are other people that have did this surgery that had to face horrible repercussions to what being lied to, and I understand that they're coming out and saying it, so thanks for that. But more people need to come out, because if you don't, this is a stigma that you're going to get, and you're going to get some serious actual trans hate, legitimate trans hate, if you don't do something about it. The Republican dominated. So we have this: SB 150 K Schreiber easily overrides Besser's veto of gender affirming care ban bill. So we're not going to go exactly what's going on. Not what I think. What's here, but it says, in addition to banning puberty blockers, hormones, and surgeries for kids under 18, Senate Bill 150 will also ban lessons on gender identity and sexual orientation, prevent trans students from using the bathroom that corresponds with their gender identity, and stops school districts from requiring teachers using student pronouns if they don't align with their sex assigned birth. I 100% agree, because now we have to strike back hard and strike back super hard to fight against this stuff. All right, that's just one thing that we need to do. And yeah, this is what's protecting women as well, because we all know that the women will get raped eventually at some point in time if they just allow these biological men to be in these girls' bathrooms. So yeah. The bill has been called the most extreme and worst anti-LGBTQ piece of legislation in the country by pro-LGBTQ rights groups, including the Human Rights Campaign, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care about that. The fiercest opponent of the anti-LGBTQ legislation that has domination of the 2023 legislation has been Senator Karen Berg D. Louisville. For Berg, the issue is deeply personal. For her 24-year-old son, Henry Berg, who died by suicide in December, he was trans and had previously come to the Kentucky Capitol as a teen to oppose anti-trans legislation and went to the work on the For the Human Rights campaign. And yeah, see, there's another thing, you guys, saying that they don't have a mental illness. Well, that's just insanity, because why do so many commit suicide? And you're going to say, oh, well, because they're being bullied. Well, where are they being bullied exactly? If a piece of legislature, if something like that is going to make them go into a hysterics to where they need to commit suicide, then that is a problem on them, and they need mental help. This is more of a mental issue than anything here. And you people are trying to disavow that. That's the evil that you're trying to play. I will put these things here, but this video has become long enough, and I just want you to understand what's going on. But this is insanity, and it's good we're pushing back. More coming after this. Thanks for guys for watching. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.